We welcome you to Derby City, a Wednesday night of ACC basketball. Game one of our ACC Hoops doubleheader is from the KFC Yum Center, the first of two meetings in the regular season with Boston College and Louisville. And with Mike Jaminski, Wes Durham, great to have you with us for our coverage. Interesting times here for Chris Mack in Louisville. Big win in Chapel Hill after a tough overtime loss at Pittsburgh last week. They've almost got to validate, if you will, here tonight against Boston College. And they do it with the reigning ACC Player of the Week and a guy who's kind of sparked him, Dwayne Sutton.
Yeah, no, he's really been playing at a high level lately. Back-to-back double-doubles for him, and it really has lifted this team up. You look at the numbers, Wes, in that game at Chapel Hill, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and 4 steals. Really doing it in all ends of the floor. You see the numbers right there, and the back-to-back double-doubles, but really explosive out in the open floor.
Well, Sutton, Jordan Wara, Louisville throws a lot of different people at you. Meanwhile, Boston College is attacked tonight. Winston Tabbs won't play the guard, so it puts a lot more on a guy who pound for pound and minute for minute might be the most productive player in the conference in Kai Bowman.
Yeah, Kai Bowman should get more national love than he does, but 6'1", 20 points a game, 8 rebounds a game as well, can score at all 3 levels, very powerfully built, can defend, really has to do everything, has a 44-point game already this year, may have to do that again tonight.
Well, how about Bowman, G-Man? He had 16 rebounds in their very tough 69-66 loss on Saturday at Notre Dame. So the Eagles are looking for their first win in the loop. Louisville wants to show that Saturday does mean something in Chris Mack's first year. We get started with ACC Hoops right after this.
Hey! Norris, can you sign my Tacoma?
I'll be glad to.
From the fist of a legend rises a new action star. A hero who's there to save the day. So fearless, so rugged, he's tough as Chuck.
You replaced me with a truck?
Get 0% APR for 36 months on a new 2019 Toyota Tacoma. That's just 0% APR on the Toyota Tacoma. Toyota, let's go places.
Your projects have met their match. Introducing the Work Switch Driver. With 2 rotating chucks, you can switch between bits in a second and get your projects done twice as fast. Say goodbye to all the hassle of an ordinary drill. Switch in a second from drilling to driving, Phillips to flat, drill bit to paddle bit, screwdriver to socket. Power through your projects faster and easier with the most innovative drill driver available, the Works Switch Driver. Get yours today.
What are Bojangles Chicken Supremes? They're bold, craveable chicken tenders. Here's what our customers have to say about them.
You can't beat Bojangles Chicken Supremes.
Oh, I have to have Supremes every week.
I like that they have some kick.
It's this perfect explosion of flavors.
You can't find this anywhere else. It's out of this world.
Try our bold, craveable chicken tenders today. Get a Chicken Supremes combo with a biscuit, a fixin', and a drink. Bojangles.
It's bow tie.
Hey! Norris, can you sign my Tacoma?
I'll be glad to.
From the fist of a legend rises a new action star. A hero who's there to save the day. So fearless, so rugged, he's tough as Chuck.
You replaced me with a truck?
Get 0% APR for 36 months on a new 2019 Toyota Tacoma. That's just 0% APR on the Toyota Tacoma. Toyota, let's go places.
Yum Center filling in. BC Louisville tonight in the ACC. 10th meeting all time. Louisville's won 5 straight, every meeting since joining the ACC against the Eagles. Here's the starting lineup. Jared Hamilton draws his first start tonight for Jim Christian because of the absence of Winston Tabbs, who kind of re-aggravated the knee on Saturday at Notre Dame. Tabbs did not even make the trip with the Eagles here. You see Kai Bowman, Popovich inside, another underrated guy, I think, for Christian and Jordan Chapman. And then the lineup for Louisville that features Malik Williams and Quan Four. And here, Mike's 4 keys to the game tonight.
Well, for Boston College, it's live ball turnovers. That's what Louisville really feeds on. Chris Mack has made it a very attack-oriented defense. And then for Louisville, it's the Duke and Carolina hangover effect, I call it. You see how many teams over the years have gotten a big win there in Chapel Hill or against Duke and then kind of let down that next game. They've got to validate that win with a win here tonight.
Here is Popovich, and BC has the opening possession of the ball game. Little turn over the left shoulder. And Jared Hamilton couldn't control it. And here is Quan Ford. Grad transfer from Richmond out of Huntsville, Alabama. Started now the last 3 ball games with the nod tonight from Chris Mack. Laura out front, Cunningham. 3-0 Ville.
Wow, Cunningham's been on a tear lately. His last 5, 64% from downtown.
Yeah. Louisville is shooting 36.5% against the league in ACC play. But they were 11 of 26 Saturday in Chapel Hill. 11 threes on the road in the ACC.
Yeah.
Wins you some ball games. Minute gone, Chapman. Here's Hamilton. That's his younger brother, Jarris, and now Popovich off the glass, and Williams the rebound.
And was forced really to take that shot. Only about 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
Quickly 4 in the corner. He'll set for 3. Rattled out, and no surprise, Bowman a rebound. Look at the energy here with Kai Bowman. Knocked away from behind by Sutton, but BC contains. And Chapman, back iron miss for Popovich.
He's the guy who's got to get going for them. He's really been struggling. Had an injured ankle earlier this year and has not really recovered from it. But they've got to have him score high teens, low 20s, I think, in this game.
Almost 2 minutes gone. Malik Williams around Popovich. Well, Malik Williams has come on too, Mike. Starting the last 2 ball games, including tonight 3. 7 points is his average, but his presence, a little more athleticism defensively for him.
Yeah, and he made a nice quick move that time. Popovich a little trouble moving laterally on that play.
And that is Jared Hamilton. He is the older of the Hamilton brothers.
Amazing how many lefties there are on this team for PC.
Yeah.
You don't really see that a whole lot.
Yeah, and Stephon Mitchell going to come off the bench tonight as well, a left-hander.
And we're worried about the condition of his knee and trying to save him as much as they can.
Chapman, almost 3 minutes gone. BC looking for their first points. Popovich can't deliver. Wara the rebound. Look at the cards here. 3-on-2 quickly. Wara tried to get it to Cunningham. Got deflected back to him. Now Cunningham sets for another one. And an offensive rebound, Dwayne Sutton.
We talked about the live ball turnovers. Rebounding is also something. BC at -11 in the 3 ACC losses.
Hell ball will go to the Ville on alternating possession. And Jim Christian now in his 5th season at Chestnut Hill. His team has only been healthy for 3 ball games total. And they're a pretty good free throw shooting team, but they are in a fight tonight with a team that has built momentum in Louisville.
Well, you referenced Tabs, and there's a guy who scores 14 points a game. They're really high on him, but injuries are a part of what goes on in the league, as Duke found out these last couple games.
Yep, Monday night, losing Trey Jones out of the corner, missed 3 from Bowman. 4. Here's Cunningham gliding through the lane. And the rebound for Enoch, and our first personal foul of the night. And I think it's on Luka Kraljevic, sophomore from Slovenia, his first on the Eagles. And there is Chris Mack, season number 1 here with the Cards. You see the details of their campaign, averaging a ACC best 86 points a game in conference play.
And I think you could have argued that Dave Padgett maybe should have got another year based on how he handled an almost impossible situation last year. But tough to argue with Chris Mack and the record that he put up in Xavier. Terrific hire.
Yeah, hat tip to Vince Tyra, the Louisville athletic director, to get Mack to walk away from his hometown, his alma mater, to come here and take over the reins at Louisville. Bowman the rim out of the 3. Enoch the rebound. Steven has come onto the floor a moment ago as well for the Cards. Kraljevic had come out there for Boston College, so a couple of post subs. We're getting ready to see maybe Mitchell here for the first time. There's a three from the right. Chapman the rebound.
I think it was just a shot by Ward to get himself into the game. Really hadn't had many looks at the basket early.
Out of the corner, the three ball, and that's Jarris Hamilton, the freshman of the brothers. 10th triple of the year, gets Boston College their first three to tie it up at 5.
Yeah, they you know, without when Popovich not out on the floor, they don't have a true. Crowdage will play a little bit. He's not the same type of scorer, but he's more going to be setting screens out on the perimeter. They're going to look to shoot the three. They're going to have to hit it.
Wara challenges Chapman on the drive and scores. 10th best field goal shooter in the ACC's Jordan Wara, and averaging 17-3 on the year, and that's number 8 in the conference.
And he's a guy who seems to have taken a Chris Mack style, the most improved scorer this year. It's almost 12 points a game up from last year.
Louisville back in front.
They're really going to try to jam Bowman, really jump screens on him, try to get the ball out of his hands, make other people beat you. But Kraljevic stepping up and knocking his shot down.
4th field goal of the year for the sophomore Kraljevic. Tied up back at 7 again. 4. Trying to squeeze baseline. Boy, Bowman moves quick, doesn't he? And then turned over to Hamilton.
Well, you just lead him to the baseline, make that another defender for you. Terrific job moving his feet.
Look at the two-man chase on Kai Bowman. It got deflected. Bowman reverse on Enoch, scores.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Jim Christian couldn't have asked for a better start to this game. You know, it goes from a mental health standpoint. Now the crowd sensing their ball club may be a little flat out of the gate.
Cunningham into the corner. Sutton a 3. Kraljevic the rebound. Chapman tees one up. Sutton the rebound on the backside, Mike.
It's like a game out of the 70s. No blown, no TV timeout, no whistle, it's just up and down.
What are you looking for next? A red, white, and blue ball? Looking for Red Robbins and Louis Dampier in this city, if that's the case. We'll get to our first break. BC struggled early, but Kraljevic picked up the foul going to the horn. You see Hamilton get BC started from behind the arc. And then, of course, you can't have the Eagles and not have Kai Bowman. Back in a moment. Well, Louisville started off 5-0, Mike. Probably felt pretty good about their situation. And BC's kind of scrapped around here. And now substitutions for both clubs after the foul going to the break on Kraljevic, which was his second. So Luka comes off the floor. Nick Popovich back. And Stefan Mitchell reports for the first time for the Eagles as Wara goes to the stripe for a couple of shots.
Yeah, I'm wondering, and then we look at Wara right there. We talked about the scoring increase and the double figures, pretty consistent. Well, let's see what Mitchell is able to give him. I wonder if Jim Christian was trying to gauge how the start of this game was going to go as to how much playing time Mitchell was going to see.
Chris Herron has joined Mitchell on the floor with Chapman. Popovich couldn't get through the McMahon screen, so BC turns it over. VJ King's on the floor for the first time. Williams has come back out of the timeout for Chris Mack, and he'll roll on Popovich.
Yeah, I know there's a big size difference, but for McMahon, I thought freedom of movement was supposed to be a big issue of the game, and he stood up Popovich.
Here's Chris Herron Jr. handling the rock, the freshman from Portsmouth, Rhode Island. Bowman thought about it.
So Louisville's got the length at that position. We talked about him being 6'1", and they got guys who can stay in front of him and bother a shot.
Popovich, second best field goal shooter in the ACC at 57%. He's hitting 60% of his shots in conference play on the board for the first time to break the tie. And right like that, a lead change because Jordan Wara's got 7.
Yeah, plus 40% from 3. You know, great. His issues have been down to the defensive end of the floor. I mean, he's had no trouble scoring the basketball, but he can get in Chris Mack's doghouse if he's not defending the way he wants him to.
Chapman a long triple.
Yeah, when you're struggling, I've talked about it before in games, it's really tough.
Look at Herron the scoop and 1. It'll be a block on Wara. So Louisville, a costly turnover in the backcourt. Wara commits the foul. And Boston College out of the timeout. A chance for an and one on the great play by the rookie Herron. 1-point lead for Boston College. The under-12 timeout. Mike, and give Jim Christian's team credit, looking for their first league win. These guys have come in here, fallen behind early, and scrapped it back.
Yeah, very good individual defense, Wes. Nice cutoff there and at the bump, and great hustle getting on the floor. And then Herron immediately switching over to defensive mode, had his eyes back, and that was just a lazy pass by Wara, an outlet pass. You've got to see that guy lingering there.
So here is Chris Herron Jr., who reclassified last summer. So a young freshman at that, knocks down the free throw and helps Boston College to a 2-point advantage.
They want to keep this going, so the BC extends their defense for the first time.
Darius Perry caught in a double team.
Yeah. Take a little time off the shot clock, give Louisville less time to run their offense. And now sitting back in the zone, so they're going to make them prove themselves from the outside, which they have not yet done in this game.
Perry launching. Back rim miss. Mitchell scrapped for it. Wara had it. Threw it right between the wickets of V.J. King.
Well, and up until that point, you get the turnover, but the other good thing that BC was doing, only 3 offensive rebounds, along with the poor shooting.
So Perry signs up for Kyle Bowman on this exchange.
Yeah, I think he's gonna see a lot of different bodies. They're gonna throw waves at him, try to keep guys fresh.
Look at a little fall away, missed everything. Chapman or Mitchell tried to battle inside, out of it. Here's Wara, who's got Louisville's last 7 points, by the way.
Wes, I mean, it's 8 times this year that we talked about Bowman. He's played 40 minutes. One time he played 45 minutes.
That time on the drive, lost it. McMahon did a nice job reaching in there, Mike.
Yep. Well, I think he feels the pressure. You saw him pat his chest right there, saying my fault. And with Tabs out and Mitchell not playing up to par, he knows he's going to have to take on more of a scoring load than he already has.
Yep. You mentioned the endurance the young man has. And he leads the conference in minutes at almost 39 a game. There's a foul on the post play. And it's going to be against Stephon Mitchell. Shakopee, Minnesota sophomore's third on Boston College. And here is Stephen Enoch to the free throw line. Now, Mike Enoch, transfer from UConn, a couple of years ago, acquired dual citizenship in Armenia to play on their FIBA under-20 national team.
How about that?
Well, little-known codicil in FIBA basketball allows you to acquire citizenship for basketball. He's never been to Armenia.
I might think about going down that road. Wonder if they have a Masters League over there.
Legends League, G-Man. Legends. 14 all. Inside Popovich, the scoop and score.
Great job using the basket that time to shield off the defender. Yeah, it's the ARP League, the AARP League over there.
Yeah, Legends League, G-Man. Don't ever sell yourself short. Wara step back. Ooh, missed everything. Bad. McMahon the save. Perry fights through. Boston College by a basket, and here's Bowman. Popovich thought about the trailing 3. Mitchell, nowhere near 100%, finds Jared Hamilton for the 2. It's a 2-pointer for Hamilton.
Yeah, you can just tell the way he's running that the leg is not bothering him. And this is, he's got a tough assignment with Ward to stay with him. You're really going to see a lot of switches, though, on ball screens.
Into the corner, Perry. Darius tries to get through. Oh, there's McMahon. Missed the open 3. BC dodged one there. 4-point lead, and here's Bowman. Chapman the catch and shoot. Jordan Chapman on the board.
Yeah, big mental health basket for him. But Wes, if I'm Louisville, I may be attacking the paint a little bit more. You don't have a real shot blocker out there, and 10 of their 18 field goal attempts are threes. And they're not shooting a high percentage, so they need to get to the rim.
7-point lead. Here's McMahon. Into the corner. Enoch missed the three.
There's a lot of life on the BC bench, and they're very pumped up by this start, and well, they should be.
Little floater by Bowman off the window. And a timeout for Chris Mack, who's not happy. 9-0 run by the Eagles. Just 4 points for Kai Bowman here in the ball game, but Mike, he's done a little bit more than scored. He's set guys up here.
Well, we talked about his overall line. I mean, you know, the 20 points, the 8 rebounds, the 5 assists a game, or 4 assists a game. Beautiful move that time.
Well, I'll tell you what else. Not often you get the little late night floater off the window back to. A 9-0 run by Boston College has given them a 9-point lead. Mike, we look at this game summary. 3-point shooting's nothing to write home about for either school, but points in the paint, I'm a little surprised. BC 10-4.
Yeah, no question. You know, Bowman's had a couple of drives. Popovich inside has been pretty effective. You know, only 4 free throws in the game so far for Louisville. They've got guys who can put it on the deck.
VJ King on the floor. Sutton inside. Enoch rolling left hand. Snaps the run by the Eagles. Stephen Enoch's first basket.
Yeah, they got nice position deep inside. You get a catch with both feet in the paint. Normally good things happen. And Jordan Wara got a little bit of a hook there early. I don't think he was part of a whole group that is taken out that wasn't defending well.
7 points for Wara on the bench for Coach Mack. Here's John Carlos Reyes scoring from in front. He only played 3 minutes on Saturday at South Bend. Had 15 points earlier in the year against Wyoming down in Fort Myers in a preseason tournament win for Jim Christian's club. So Reyes at 6'10", giving him a point.
Well, and it's, you know, they're spreading it around too, and it's going to be a turnover by Louisville. But 7 guys so far have scored for BC, so it hasn't just been Bowman. You know, there's the look, give up the drive, and the passing has been terrific.
Both Hamiltons are on the floor. Jared wears 3. Jarris wears number 1 for Boston College. Chapman out front. 3 ball. 6 for Jordan Chapman.
And maybe this is the breakout game that he's been looking for. He's got a bit of a size advantage over McMahon. Can see over the top of him on that shot.
Tell you what, we're 13 minutes into a Wednesday night that has played right to the script of what a wild week it's been so far in this conference. Sutton on the drive, denied, and then fouled on the stick back. And it's going to be on Bowman. It'll be his first. It's the 4th on Boston College.
Here's the look in Bowman. Great screen that time by Reyes, and gets his teammate an open look.
Dwayne Sutton, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 48% from the floor in his last 3.
It's his first point of the game, though. You know, we talk about the game that he's coming off, 2 double-doubles, and the terrific stat line at North Carolina. But, you know, Wes, the longer you let a team like BC linger and play like this, the more confidence they're going to have, and the tougher it's going to be to tamper that down as this game goes along.
Yep. Quan 4 back out there for Louisville, defending Bowman. The Hamilton brothers on a bounce pass. Jarris backs down on Wara. Here's Chapman, right back for Jarris Hamilton. Missed everything on the 3. Louisville in transition with Sutton. Challenges the glass and 1.
Wes, when you shoot an air ball from 3, how many times have we seen that turn into a fast break? I mean, sometimes you surprise your teammates with a terrific push up the floor and a nice drive and finish inside.
So Sutton, who was 1 of 2 at the line a moment ago, goes back to try and complete the and 1 here. And he will have recorded the last 4 for Louisville. Can't do it. Still a 9-point BC lead. Coming up on 6 minutes to play here in the first half.
How about Bowman already 6 rebounds in the game?
Look at Hamilton go to the basket. Blocked away. Enoch was down there. Cunningham for Sutton's 3 in transition. 6 in a row for Dwayne Sutton. And Louisville to within 6. And BC wants a timeout.
Well, under normal circumstances, I don't know that that would be a great shot, but he's seeing a big basket right now. Caught it in rhythm and a beautiful stroke. And this, Jim Christian, a good timeout, I think. Let's see how they respond coming out of this. And you see the week that was or wasn't.
Well, and it's just continuing here. At least, the first 14 minutes of this half? I mean, it started Saturday with that 21-point beating Louisville handed Carolina. Then Monday night, Syracuse winning in overtime at Duke. Pittsburgh beat Florida State. Boy, Trey McGowan's just been fantastic for Capel, by the way.
Yeah, both guards, the freshman guards have been terrific.
And then last night, how about Wake Forest, huh?
Yeah, another, again, huge win for Danny Manning. NC State, Kevin Keats have done it. They were ranked in the top 15.
Yep. Hey, no nights off, G-Man.
No.
This is like the good old days of this league. Remember those? Late 70s?
It's a little hazy.
A little hazy at times.
But, I've had more coaches tell me, any team can beat any other team, and any team can be beaten. And that even was said about, Danny Ainge made that comment to Tony Bennett about Virginia.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. They are terrific this year.
Foul on Enoch after the miss by Jared Hamilton out of the corner. Enoch pushed Popovich to draw his first. And that's just number 2 on Louisville here in this first half. Chapman will have to run down. Nope, it was thrown out of bounds. Jared Hamilton was trying to get it to Chapman, threw it beyond his reach, and Jim Christian just needs, and he said this as much today, it's about the mentality of the basketball team as it is the health of the basketball team, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you've got to have all your guys, and you've laid it out that, it's only been 3 games where everybody's been healthy, but right now, Wes, is about mental health as well. You got a team that hasn't won in the ACC, and you got to keep this group fighting.
Louisville's got a 9-0 run powered by Dwayne Sutton.
And he got the wake-up call about 10 minutes late for the game, but has since come alive.
They heard you over here talking about him. We wondered. Here's Bowman. Look at this take-in hoop. Kai Bowman was 6.
It was such a great football player in high school and was recruited actually to North Carolina. But plays with that football mentality.
Yes, he does.
Very, very tough, very tough-minded.
Wara, deep 3. Bowman had it, fouled by Sutton. First on Dwayne Sutton, 3rd on the Ville.
There's the look, and he gets that right hand, and you love that little high kiss off the glass. But he's not afraid. I mean, he can shoot the 3, and he's strong enough, even though a little undersized, he's strong enough to battle inside like that.
We throw the term 3-level scorer around.
Yep.
This is a 3-level scorer of the basketball.
Yep. No, he's got a very good mid-range game, very confident in his 3, and you saw the finish at the rim.
He's already got 7 rebounds, by the way.
And also 82% at the line, so not a lot of liability there either.
Chapman on the board again. And here's an unforced error on Louisville. 7-point lead for BC, and Chris Mack, 48 years of age, North College Hill, Ohio. Signed a 7-year deal here in March to be the Cardinal coach. Is trying to put the pieces together here tonight that worked for him on Saturday. Boy, what a play by 4. Slapped it away. It's 3-on-1. Cunningham, nice pass, Wara.
Yeah, I thought the spacing wasn't great on that play, and Bowman was able to play almost all 3 of them, but a good finish at the end.
9 for Wara. My goodness, what a half.
You got caught going under on that screen, and Bowman will pull up and shoot the launch the three.
Wara, another one? Sure. 12 for Wara. 5 in a row. Louisville within 2. Popovich.
Oh, and he missed Bowman, too. Wide open cut down the middle.
7 to shoot, and an offensive foul.
You don't want Popovich taking multiple dribbles along the baseline.
Offensive foul will be his first. 6th on Boston College. Louisville's been up to some crafty work defensively, and it's paid off at the other end. Jordan Wara powering it. Well, with Mike Jaminski, Wes Durham, Rio Joe Vincius, our producer, Brett Lancaster, our director, our great crew. Welcome to Game 1 of a doubleheader tonight of ACC Hoops. Bob Rapp and Debbie Antonelli on the call tonight at Littlejohn for the Tigers and Jackets. Following us here tonight.
Well, Clemson and BC, the only 2 teams that have yet to win a conference game. So, hate to fall into the must-win category, but
Wara has put Louisville back in the lead. You take Sutton and Wara, they have powered the Cards.
They got 24 of the points and 11 of the rebounds combined between the 2 of them.
They've combined for all 17 in the move here. Back to a 1-point lead. Little teardrop by Bowman, wouldn't go. Here is Sutton, picked up by Jared Hamilton. It's a 17-5 run now by the Cards. Malik Williams inside, second field goal.
Yeah, they may have to start giving Popovich a little bit of help, but they're trying to stay at home on perimeter shooters. And Malik Williams just a little too quick inside, and plus they really cleared out the whole left-hand side of the court.
Williams has really stabilized their post defense too since coming into the starting lineup for Chris Mack.
And see, the good show that time by Williams made Bowman pick up his dribble and get the ball out of his hands.
Mitchell, lefty move with 4 on the clock.
And once they get the ball out of Bowman's hands, he's basically being face guarded so he can't re-receive.
Wara strong to the basket. What a half it's turned out to be for Jordan Wara, even with the late start.
Well, that's how explosive those 2 can be. And people in Chapel Hill saw that firsthand this past weekend.
Mike, he's got 17. Louisville by 5. Popovich a triple. They crash the glass. Here's Wara. The crossover all the way to the basket, and a foul called on Boston College.
See, that's not a great shot by Popovich. Again, he surprises his team, just ignites the fast break. And this is the other thing, Wes, it really has caught my eye during this drive. The pace of play by Louisville has been much quicker up and down the floor.
2 shots coming for Wara. 17 here in the first half. Had 20 in the Cards' first conference game against Miami. 17 here last Saturday in Chapel Hill. You see Kraljevic back on the floor. He has 2. Popovich sits down with 2 in the final 55-6. Wara got 1 of 2. He's got 18. Look at Hamilton go to the glass, and a block is called. That's on Cunningham. Whistled by Brian O'Connell, who works with Pat Driscoll and Doug Sermons tonight. Another look here, Mike, at the take.
Yeah, it was a good look, and you can see the slide. He never really committed to taking that charge on the chest. So good call, I think, on that play.
First foul on Kristen Cunningham, the grad transfer from Samford, who hails from the Bluegrass in Georgetown, Kentucky. And here is Jared Hamilton. Don't forget, coming up at the break, Hardy's halftime report for you here at the KFC Yum Center. We'll look ahead to Georgia Tech and Clemson that follows our coverage here from Louisville tonight, as well as the first half highlights and stats.
sit out the first 9 games because of a transfer from DePaul. So, you know, he was able to practice with the team, but as far as game action, a lot more limited than the other guys.
No question. This is just Jared Hamilton's 6th game of the year tonight. And there's a 3 by Dwayne Sutton out of the corner. Wow. It's almost like Chris Mack called a timeout, and they went in there and flipped the switch.
And took the rebounding rim off the basket down the other end.
That's it. Final 16 seconds of the first half. Bowman a 3. Mitchell tried to get position, and Cunningham is fouled coming out of the fray with 10.3 left by Jared Hamilton. 8th on Boston College, 1st on the double transfer, Jared Hamilton. Dwayne Sutton out of the corner, huh?
I'll tell you, the turnaround has been dramatic.
Yes, it has.
From where, you got Jim Christian tried to call a couple of timeouts to calm things down, but the 2 best scorers for Louisville all of a sudden caught fire.
Yep. Well, you had to worry when Wara got hot based on the start that Sutton kind of had, and then you get both of them rolling in together.
Well,
Mike, there are not a lot of teams in this country can stand up to that.
I'll tell you, the one guy that's been a revelation, too, is the guy who's at the free throw line. And just the coaching staff talks glowingly more about his leadership qualities than anything else. I mean, he's their best assist guy. But Christian, he's not afraid to stand up in the locker room and call guys out if he didn't think they're playing up to par.
Mike, he had 110 starts at Samford.
Yep.
I mean, he brings a lot of tremendous experience to this program.
In a year that Chris Mack really needed that.
Yep. Turned over. Here's Perry. Ahead for Williams. At the horn. Missed it. Layup. And Kraljevic the rebound. Bowman ended up in the camera well. And the teams will go to the locker room. Williams is still down. The horn sounds. And Louisville, who at one point trailed by double figures, leads by 10.
There it is, and this is always a dangerous situation. Crowd thinking it was a foul, and they might have had a good argument on that play, but it's always dangerous with the camera people sitting that close to the baseline.
Yep. 10-point lead for the Cards. Jordan Wara powering them with 18, a dozen for Dwayne Sutton. Chris Mack's team up 43-33. Stay tuned. Hardy's halftime report on the Wednesday night of ACC Hoops continues from Louisville after this. And we got in there one day, we could get him to carve up the G-Man. Powerized.
I actually have one. I've got one already from another network. Who's their name? They went over there and had name
right?
Yeah.
Got the G-Man on it?
I take it out of the closet if the Yankees are in the playoffs.
Oh my God,
and I've got my Mickey Mantle replica jersey.
Wow. All that?
That's the only time it leaves the closet.
All that, and Louisville got a 10-point lead. We go to the second half.
Well, this guy's got to get going. And credit Louisville for taking the ball out of his hands with Bowman only 3 of 10 in the half. 0 of 5 from 3.
You saw some of the stat lines. It's been a curious half. Just 11 combined turnovers, and the two teams were 10 of 31 from 3. But Louisville had the huge run. 27-5, and a turnover by BC starts the half, and a lead for Wara, back to 4, and the tap follow Williams.
Ryan, you touched on it too when just before we came out of commercial, and I completely agree with you. The first 5 minutes are going to be critical for BC to get back in this game. But if you're Louisville, you just want to step on their throat and don't give them any hope whatsoever.
Largest lead of the game for the Cards, now at a dozen on the bucket by Malik Williams. He's got 6. Out front, Chapman's found the range tonight and continues.
Yeah, he's actually responded. 11 points for him. He stepped up, and you saw the swarm of white jerseys around Bowman when he had the ball.
Yep. Young man from Vancouver, Washington, 25 years of age, transfer from BYU. has become a double-figure scorer. As you see Dwayne Sutton fight through traffic, he's got 14 now.
It's been a much better mix. I thought that Louisville was launching way too many threes early in this game. Then they started attacking the paint. And when you do that, then you can build your offense out.
Popovich, nice hesitation. And Nico, the dunk with the right hand.
Now he's dribbled himself into some turnovers in this game, but that was a beautiful move, little fake handoff, and he went.
Wara. Back rim miss. Boy, Sutton caught just enough of it, Mike, to
kind of knock it to himself.
Yeah.
Recycling the shot clock.
Cunningham, a dangerous long bounce pass for 4.
But everything was so compressed defensively on that side of the floor that it was a good look. He had it all day to make that shot.
Quan Ford, just his 5th three-point shot of the year. Boston College got to be careful here. Bowman, Popovich, little Euro. Fell off the front rim, got it back, and Nick scores again.
He's a couple good possessions inside, didn't give up on that play, comes up with the offensive rebound.
Popovich with 8, Bowman with 6. Chapman leads them with 11 and a turnover by Louisville in the half court. That'll get Enoch into the ball game. He'll replace Williams.
That was a hot bounce pass, too. That was going to have been a tough one to catch.
There's Stephon Mitchell into the lineup for Jim Christian's club.
I guess that's, good news if you see him come out of halftime. Probably was trying to keep it as loose as he can. But maybe giving Jim Christian more minutes than he thought coming into the game.
Bowman threw it away, trying to put one for Popovich.
Popovich kind of tapping his chest, saying that was a miscommunication. I think Bowman was expecting him to go right to the rim.
3 minutes gone here in this second half. Louisville's pushed the lead to 12 momentarily, but it's back where it was. And Wara flies right down the lane, uncontested for the dunk.
Well, and credit Stephen Enoch a lot for that play. He kept Popovich sealed under the basket and basically was a pulling guard on the play.
Jordan Wara's got his 8th game of the year of 20 or more, Mike. Chapman rimmed out on the 3. Quan Ford.
He was asked by Chris Mack, scoring the basketball wasn't the issue. I think this is a matter of minutes and shot attempts that he's getting this year, helping that scoring average creep up.
Cunningham, Wara, 4. Another 3? Sure. Quan Ford was 6 on 2 triples.
That's a very unselfish play by Wara, who could have probably taken that shot, but he gave up a good look for a better look.
Jordan Wara off to a strong start. He got the dunk right down the paint, and then Quan Ford backing him up here. Nice kick from Cunningham and a helper from Wara. Back after this. Well, at one point in this game tonight in the first half, Louisville trailed 28-16. It's a 39-12 run, and Jordan Wara's had a lot to do with it, Mike.
No, and he's done it in a variety of different ways to get the powerful dunk there, knocking down the 3, and also has been very unselfish, Wes, with 4 assists.
Tough catch and bucket for Jared Hamilton. He's got 7 on his 3rd field goal. Now a little backcourt pressure offered up by Jim Christian's club.
Just more to take time off the clock and shorten the possession rather than go for the steal. He's at that point in the game where he's got to try something to claw back in this.
Knocked away. Sutton thought he had a foul. Here is Bowman punching it home with the right hand. 8 for Kai Bowman.
Yeah, let's see how this extended. They're going to stay in this pressure, a little 3-quarter court. Again, and they're giving ground, but it's forcing, it's taking about 10 seconds off the clock before Louisville can get into their offense. And they're playing a little matchup zone as well.
Wara rolls in another 3.
There's a guy right now. It doesn't matter what defensive look you're throwing at him.
Nope. 23 for Wara, 5 here in the second half. Stephon Mitchell. Not nearly 100% tonight. Fighting through a bit of a sore knee. But they're without Winston Tabbs, the outstanding freshman guard. And a turnover by Boston College, and that'll get us to a timeout. Well, Jordan Wara's been the guy, G-Man. He's got 23 in the game. He's got a dunk here in the second half, and now he throws in a 3. The Louisville lead, 14 when we come back. 14-point lead for Louisville. The Ladybirds turn it up during the timeout here at the KFC Yum Center. And they're not the only ones. Louisville, I mean, look at what this school does. Only school to have a player drafted in the last 5 NFL and NBA drafts. Mike?
How about the one that caught my eye, Wes, was that he rated the top television market in the last 16 years.
Yeah.
Tells you something about the fan base here.
Yep. Well, think about the marketplace.
Yep.
Competitive nature of basketball in the Bluegrass, right? So, always fun to be at Derby City for ACC basketball. And, boy, Chris Mack's got to be feeling pretty good about where year 1 is, although he'd like to see his team get their 12th win and their 3rd in league play headed to Atlanta on Saturday. Ryan McMahon on the floor for Louisville out of the timeout with Wara, Cunningham, Enoch, and Dwayne Sutton. Jared Hamilton, Nick Popovich, Jordan Chapman, Ty Bowman there, and Enoch turned over. Couldn't handle the bounce back.
Yeah, well-designed play. They've been a little loose with the basketball, but that time Enoch set like a half screen and rolled and was open. But that time, Louisville, everybody out around the three-point line.
Wara reaching in on Mitchell, deflected it away. Now here's Bowman. Look at 2 guys there. 2.5, seeming on almost every dribble, didn't it? 15 to shoot. 6 minutes gone, second half. Here's Hamilton. Now back for Bowman with 8 to shoot, and he wants a screen. 2 guys there. 4 to shoot. Hamilton, 3 out of the corner. Spun around and rolled out, and a foul on Boston College.
A strong 30 seconds of defense, and how about the job that Dwayne Sutton has done? He's been given the assignment of guarding Bowman and did a terrific job on that possession, keeping him in front, not letting him get any kind of penetration into the lane.
Second foul of the half. Here's the first on Mitchell. Well, Mitchell has 2 fouls, I'm sorry, and that's the first foul of the half on Boston College. There's a backcourt foul on Ryan McMahon.
You know, if you're Chris Mack, 14-point lead, it seems like last couple of possessions, a little loss of focus by the Cardinals. You know, they just need to, finish this thing up. There's still plenty of time in this game.
I thought it was interesting today in our visit with Coach Mack about the details of winning. Here's Popovich to the basket. Mitchell to follow for Boston College. First points for Stephon Mitchell, who went to Sunrise Christian Academy out in Kansas from his hometown of Shakopee, Minnesota, before coming on to Chestnut Hill.
And this little half-court, three-quarter court trap, nice finish by inside. But that little trap, semi-trap, has worked some.
In our visit with Chris Mack, he was talking about the mentality of understanding and moving on. In other words, process what happened, whether it's Pittsburgh or Chapel Hill, use it to your advantage and move on, like Jordan Wara has tonight.
Well, I think the Pittsburgh loss probably got this team's attention. And coming off Carolina, we talked about the hangover effect. But in this league this year, any team can beat any team, and any team can be beaten.
62-46. Jordan Wara now has a career high. Cunningham inside. Enoch, a tough shot around Popovich. And then going to the timeout, how about Jordan Wara? The punch off the pilfer. And Chris Mack has Louisville in control.
I want to get your opinion on this, Wes. Do you think it was good? I made mention of Dave Padgett and what I thought he handled last year with incredible class.
Right.
Do you think it's good that there was a buffer, even though it was only 1 year between Rick Pitino and Chris Mack? Think that made any difference at all?
Well, here's the interesting thing is that, look at this. Since 1971, there have only been 4 guys to coach Louisville basketball.
But 3 in the last 3 years.
Correct. To your point, though, I think it, and you said this in the first half, and I agree with you. In impossible circumstances, David Padgett did some nice things. This guy, though, Mike, this guy wins. They know what this guy can do.
Yep. He gets teams to the NCAA tournament.
I mean, you and I saw his Xavier team play in Winston-Salem one night. I mean, this guy knows what he's doing, and he, you know, there's Chris Herron Jr. out of the corner for Boston College. The thing that catches you about Mack is the pedigree of the Skip Prosser influence in his coaching career.
That's what I got to know him, and you could see that, you know, the Pat Kelseys that were on that staff, Chris Mack, that they were going to go on and have great careers.
No question. Wara already adding to the total. And by the way, the Prosser influence is on the bench in Dino Gaudio's presence, who was an old Prosser assistant as well at Wake Forest when Chris was there with Pat Kelsey, who's done, by the way, a phenomenal job and continues to build the Winthrop program into the Big South Conference.
And that Xavier Wake game is in honor of Skip Prosser, and that's how it was created, and they play it every year.
2 to shoot. Jarris Hamilton missed everything. That's a shot clock violation, and it will go to the Cards. Timeout, though, on the floor at the KFC Yum Center. Jim Christian's team fighting uphill now in this second half. Jordan Wara is working on a career high. Whale of a game for Wara. 18-point the lead for Louisville. We continue in a moment. Mike Jaminski, West Durham. And we talked about the Skip Prosser influence. There's our buddy Dino Gaudio, G-Man.
Well, and, you know, it's funny that Chris Mack, over the years, obviously has been offered some jobs. And he would always call Dino and say, what do you think? And he says, hey, I got a shot at, you know, Louisville. Were you with me? And Dino jumped at it. Did a great job while he was with ESPN, but just the allure too strong.
Nice man. Always fun to talk basketball and catch up with Dino Gaudio.
And like Skip, he gives you a direct answer. You ask him a direct question, he'll give you a direct answer.
Yep. Darius Perry. Here's Malik Williams in range. Front rim miss. Bowman and BC. 9 minutes gone second half. If Kai and the Eagles going to do anything, they can't do this. Cunningham to the hoop. 7 for Kristen Cunningham.
18 points off of turnovers, and what do we talk about at the top as one of the keys? Those live ball turnovers out front, pick sixes. Kralovic.
Here is Chapman. Back to Luka for the dunk. Nice pass by Chapman and Kralovic. Second field goal.
Yeah, they completely lost or didn't pay attention to him at all in the paint area once he set that screen.
Here is Perry, and a foul called on Bowman. Well, Kristen Cunningham, Mike, you talk about his leadership. This is just like gravy for Chris Mack.
Yeah, and you know, Bowman got up in the air without a clear passing lane. It's a, no pun intended, a cardinal sin. But
thanks.
But you know, those are, when you make a cross-court pass like that, it's you know, it's giving away points.
B.J. King, Malik Williams the rebound. King right back at him, and Brian O'Connell a foul against Bowman. Third on Kai Bowman, third on Boston College. Don't forget Bob Rathman, Debbie Antonelli standing by. Georgia Tech and Clemson follows our coverage here from Louisville. Tigers and Jackets. Boy, Josh Pastner's team. Big win Saturday night at the Carrier Dome, G-Man. Here's Chapman off the deflection, and Jordan had it blocked by Wara.
A great chase down from behind on that play.
Cunningham Missed the layup. The recovery inside. Third try, the basket for Williams.
Just from that initial stretch, just too many opportunities at the rim that time. Wes, at one point in this game, Louisville was 1 of 7 from 3.
Yep.
And completely turned that aspect around.
Chris Herron misses the triple. Cunningham and Louisville right back at BC. Look at this. Perry out of the corner off a great delivery from Cunningham. 15th three of the year. First points for Darius Perry.
And, Cunningham, we sing his praises, but how about this? 7 assists, 1 turnover in the game. Really takes care of the basketball.
Chapman, Boston College's leading scorer tonight. Going to get a chance to go to the line here after the foul on Cunningham, his second, and the second on Louisville, and another look.
See, but then again, here's a guy, you get into the lane area, but you don't leave your feet. And that allows him, he could have continued his dribble out if he wanted to, but he saw an open jump shooter.
Look at the line here in the last half dozen games. You mentioned something earlier about leadership, and we mentioned you started over 100 games at Samford. Mike, he might have been the most important piece for Chris Mack's first team.
Well, you see, especially in the first year, I mean, he's a Chris Mack kind of guy. Tough, defensive-minded, like that. The leadership, he's a guy probably we would have recruited, but that whole other tier of recruiting, the graduate student, has really saved a lot of programs and a lot of coaches recently.
You know what? I thought Chris Mack was fairly candid with us when he said we weren't able, because of the process of getting the job here, we weren't able to evaluate maybe guys the way we should have, and we weren't sure we wanted to burn a 4-year investment on a guy while we were in that process.
Well, they certainly did it for next year. They got the number 2 rated recruiting class in the country coming in.
Yeah. 8.5 to play. 22-point lead now. Herron skips for Bowman. Here's Chapman, a catch and shoot. Oh, Jordan Chapman. He's been the bright spot scoring-wise, 15 now on his 4th three of the night.
And Wes, they may not wind up winning this game, but if this game is kind of a springboard for him to rediscover his offense, that'll bode well for this team as the season goes along.
Another look at the sharpshooting grad transfer from BYU. Good ball movement here by Bowman.
Yeah, extra pass. That was a tough find for Herron to pass it out front. And Bowman gave it up twice on that possession.
Perry, little fall away. Darius Perry now starting to find a rhythm shooting. He's got 5. Averaged 14 minutes a game last year in conference play. Perry under 7 points a contest this year with some more time. Akoy Agal has come onto the floor, and he draws the foul. On the drive there by Popovich. So Agal, his first, 3rd on the cards. Free throws when we come back to the KFC Yum Center. Louisville leading by 21. Louisville with the lead. Jordan Chapman is a 25-year-old grad student from BYU who is a guy who has got an international flavor about not only his life but his basketball game, and now he's trying to help Boston College as well. Take a look.
大家好，我是王思琪。
我是 Jordan Chapman， 欢迎收看 Manner Minute 第2集。
所以在上周的时候，我们迎来了2场胜利，分别是对战 Columbia 和 Fairfield。
我在进步。我上个礼拜我们球队练习的时候，我的脚扭伤了，所以我希望我可以尽快。
Jordan Chapman and Siki Wang host a video blog in Mandarin. Now Chapman, on his LDS mission to Taiwan, learned Mandarin. His wife Chelsea is from Taiwan. They speak Mandarin at home. Siki Wang, who you saw in the video, she's a manager on the basketball team, originally from Shanghai. Went to school in New Hampshire before going to Boston College. And Mike LePray, the basketball sports information director, said, why don't we see if we can expand the boundaries of Boston College basketball? It's a heck of an idea.
Well, I'll tell you what a valuable commodity to have learned that language. Going down the road, if basketball doesn't work out, he can go there and become a coach if he wants to.
Amazing.
So many doors it opens up. And I've said for years, the most important player in the NBA in the last 25 years has been Yao Ming.
Yeah.
Opening up that whole market. But what a great idea by BC.
And thanks to Mike and everybody for helping us showcase that for you. He was fascinating to talk to today about, they've been developing it. They've only done a couple of episodes, and there is an influence of international students, Asian students at Boston College. There's Bowman, a missed three out of the corner. And is anything a unique platform to showcase your program?
Sure.
6:40 to play here. Louisville at one point in the first half, trailed 28-16 with 7:17 to play. Akoy Agao at the block. Talk about a circuitous route for a college basketball player. Agao started at Louisville, transferred to Georgetown, went to SMU, and is back at Louisville. Foul on Agao will be his second.
You get a 6-year waiver.
Yeah. 24-year-old native of Juba in the South Sudan is Akoy Agao. Came to the United States at age 10. Speaks 3 languages and played his high school basketball in the Omaha, Nebraska area. Here's Popovich to the line after the foul on Agao. Nick, by the way, has 8 tonight. And the free throw is good. Mike, this BC team has Florida State on Sunday at the Conte Forum in Chestnut Hill.
Yeah,
a Florida State team coming off a loss at Pitt.
Yeah, an angry Florida State team, and you just look at this schedule, and you can only, if you're a coach, if you looked at the whole thing in aggregate, you would drive yourself crazy.
Yep.
You just really have to take it literally 1 week at a time. But they needed, I think the loss that really hurt them was to Hartford before league play started. Just to, go in on that kind of down note.
Quan 4 had it blocked by Mitchell. That was the ball game. Bowman, who's got the rock here, had 44. And he gets an and one here. 10 for Kai Bowman in the foul. He's now got a double-double
still
tonight.
You make this 3-point play. It's a 14-point game. Just enough time to make one last run in this game. See if they, on a made free throw, if they pressure up like they have been doing in the second half.
By the way, 6th double-double of the year for Kai Bowman.
People have to sleep. This guy's 6'1". There are 6'10" guys in this league who don't have that many double-doubles.
Mike, how does he translate next level in your mind? Obviously, he can score the ball.
I think he's a rotational player. I think he's a guy who gives you a good play off the bench. He's a little undersized at point, but makes up for that.
Yep. Got some major league athleticism. Chapman, another 3.
Here we go.
18 for Jordan Chapman.
Chris Mack just shaking his head.
9-point game with 5:22. Look out, Cunningham in a double team.
He picked his dribble up at half court. The absolute last thing he can do. Now Ward's almost going to get himself boxed in.
10-0 run by Boston College. 9 to shoot. Cunningham with Bowman guarding him. Inside. Missed everything. Popovich the rebound. Here's Chapman.
Just way too much dribbling on that possession. Not enough passing. Not enough players cutting.
Chapman wants a screen. Jordan reroutes a 3 away.
And they went under again. Well, actually, Enoch was late getting a handout, and Chris Mack wants a timeout.
21 for Jordan Chapman. 8-point game with 4:40 to play. Apparently, all we had to do is show the video blog.
Yeah, and boy, right on cue, and great look. And Bowman has been more of a distributor, although he's had a couple of good scoring plays, but again, late getting out on that 3-point shot.
And now, all of a sudden, trepidation a little bit for Chris Mack.
You never want to have to win a game twice. And they are perilously close to getting into that position. You know, they're 15 points ahead and cruising in the second half. And I think missed an opportunity to put this game away.
Well, here's the script they're trying to change, Mike. Started Saturday. By the way, you could throw Georgia Tech beating Syracuse on that line. Then Monday night, both ball games. And then last night, Wake Forest.
How about it just showed you all the hype about all the Duke players. How Trey Jones, I think is their most important player. And I don't know how long that injury is going to keep him out. But, boy, they needed, talk about injuries. Chapman dealing with that ankle.
Tab's not here.
Yeah.
Winston Tabs.
You're talking about, and, we're talking about Stephen Mitchell. You're talking about, one of your best rebounders. And, with Chapman, he's a double-figure scorer for you.
Sutton to put it in play with McMahon. Cunningham, Wara, and Enoch on the floor. There's a ball got knocked away into the backcourt. Mitchell had it, lost it. Herron's got it. Going to the basket against Enoch. And we get a whistle and a foul, and McMahon's hurt. And the foul will be on Enoch.
McMahon grabbing his left ankle.
16 foul and the second on Stephen Enoch.
That was just an aggressive double team. They jumped it hard, and we've talked about Mitchell not being at full strength, but he's the one who gets on the floor first and comes up with the ball.
Oh, my goodness. The fray underneath the play.
Well, it's almost like an offensive lineman that gets rolled up on, and you've had enough experience seeing that in the trenches.
Yep. And so
he's not putting a lot of weight on that either.
Nope.
And then now they had Williams comes over and they have to help him off the floor.
So Ryan McMahon will come out. Quan Four comes back. And Malik Williams is going to be helped into the ball game here. Mitchell. Here's Chapman. Thought about it. 4:19 to go. And a foul on Four against Bowman. Seventh.
Yeah, that's now BC going to be shooting free throws, and it's playing perfectly into their hands because you can stop the clock, get to the free throw line.
Here's Kai Bowman now. Boston College is 8 of 10 at the free throw line tonight. Don't forget another edition of ACC All Access coming up with Jeff Fischel this week. Can you name the ACC's best dunkers beyond Mike Jaminski? Check your local listings on your regional sports network. Bowman got 1 of 2.
The list is long and distinguished.
Behind you, I'm sure it is.
No.
Ahead of you? Okay. Yeah. Turned over. Mitchell tried to battle Cunningham. Chris Mack wants to know how there's not a foul called. The ball last touched by BC, so it'll stay with Louisville. Well, Cunningham gets in trouble here, Mike.
Yeah, that's the thing. And they've had several times in this half, West, near the sideline or near the half-court line, they've picked the ball up, and BC is they've been able to jump them.
4 minutes to go. It's an 8-point, 7-point game. Sutton to 3.
Well, we haven't called his name in a while. He's been a little quiet in the second half.
Bowman off the Popovich screen, offensive foul. That's 4 on Kai Bowman. with 3:47 to play and a timeout. Looked like the Cards might cruise to their third ACC win. Instead, only a couple possessions difference when we come back. Well, interesting ball game, Mike Jaminski. I mean,
BC's done it with defense now. They've extended all the way up the floor. They've still got 2 fouls to give before they get into the bonus.
Chris Herron Jr. with Stephon Mitchell, Jordan Chapman, Kai Bowman, Nick Popovic. And it will stay with the Cards. Cunningham, 4, Wara, Enoch, Dwayne Sutton are out there for Louisville. Don't forget Clemson, Georgia Tech from Littlejohn. Bob Rathbun, Debbie Antonelli standing by for the Jackets and Tigers.
Clemson has had a brutal start to the season as far as the schedule is concerned.
So no possession, and therefore it belongs to Boston College. Is the call. Here's Herron. Now Louisville going to press a little bit here, especially in this half court. They've been trapping Bowman.
Now they're just they're switching from the smaller players.
Tough shot.
Yeah, Bowman took advantage of it that time.
14 for Bowman. Just his 6th field goal. 6 of 14 from the floor tonight. Does not have a 3.
How about Herron, the energy that he's provided for them, especially on the defensive end?
The run is 16-0 by Boston College, G-Man.
You talk about the switch going on. The first half, the switch has gone off.
Cunningham blocked. And a foul coming. And if it's Bowman, it's 5. But I think it's Stephon Mitchell. We'll see what Brian O'Connell has. And it is on Mitchell. It's his 3rd.
Well, that's the only thing that's going to keep Bowman from playing another 40-minute game is fouling out.
Right.
And he's played every minute of this game so far.
15 foul. And Cunningham, who's a 70% free throw shooter, and 2 for 2 tonight, will go to the stripe. And the free throw good. That snaps the run, by the way, for BC. Mike, you mentioned the assist number, 7 tonight. That's 6 in a row of 4 or more assists in a ball game for Kristen Cunningham. Got them both.
That's the way, and also with the 1 turnover. I mean, it's you get a point guard who gives you a 7-to-1 ratio. That's ridiculous.
Yep. Under 3 to play. Here's Bowman. Popovic hesitates, spins, left-hand move, bothered by Williams, and then a foul on Mitchell will be his 4th.
Still only 16 fouls on BC.
Right.
So they're going to pressure up again. But that was a case where they just kind of left him alone, and it was a little bit of a wild shot.
Here's 4. Bowman cannot foul now. Remember, that would disqualify him on his 5th. Oh, Mitchell got a hand in. Knocked it away. Couldn't save it.
I'll tell you what. For a guy who we didn't even know he was going to play tonight, Mitchell has also been very active defensively. Great reach in.
Mike, I've yet to see a team in this league doesn't play hard.
And it's, when you're, granted, it's early in the season, but when you're 0-3, that's what I talked about with, with Jim Christian about how's the attitude of the team been. And, he's been very pleased with it. Hard working in practice, not getting down. And that's,
well,
this game says a lot to me, regardless of what happens, that, they could have gone away in the second half. But they decided to fight and dig down and get back in it.
Well, the battle of the Tigers and Jackets following follows us, but Boston College has had a phenomenal comeback. They had a 16-0 run to get it into single digits. And it's a 7-point game sparked by Jordan Chapman's perimeter firepower. And Kai Bowman doing Kai Bowman things. Cunningham into the front court, coming up on 2 minutes to play. What a wild ball game.
See, that's one of the rules they need to change. I think they only should have had 2 seconds to get the ball over half court, but they get that fresh 10-second count.
Williams a three. No. Heron the rebound, and here's Bowman with under 2 to go, and it's a 7-point game. Bowman slips to Popovich, layup good.
See, you talk about doing Bowman things, and that's what great players do that command so much attention. You know, that was an easy layup to convert.
1:40 to go. 5-point game. Bowman plays with 4 for Boston College. Nobody on the Louisville card with more than 2.
And they're not hiding him either. He's on war right now.
Yep. Cunningham with 8 to shoot. Sutton going to tee one up. And got the rebound from Chapman.
Chapman just loss of concentration. Great first, on-shot defense, but you've got to get that possession. They may be close to having a foul right now.
But Bowman's not going to reach here.
Yeah, he can't. I mean, it's, but he got switched off on the Cunningham.
Cunningham on the drive, in traffic. Warren's had the big night, a career high, and adds to it. Points, 10 rebounds, 5th double-double of the year for Jordan Warren. Wow.
Just and you just holding him in there early and now helping to finish this game off. So talk about efficiency, 15 field goal attempts and 30 points.
Our Advance Auto Parts player of the game, the sophomore from Buffalo, Jordan Warren. Mike remarked in the first half, we haven't heard a lot from him. And he ends up going on a tear.
We touched on the top to Dwayne Sutton, and here's the lookout. Great, those again, live ball turnovers that have saved them, and then the good find by Cunningham on that play.
Well, you got to go back more than 4 years to find a card that scored 30 or more in a game. Wayne Blackshear was the last guy to do it.
Well, Sutton is the rating player of the week in the ACC. We may see the next one here, depending on what happens over the weekend.
Well, and Louisville is off to Atlanta on Saturday afternoon to see Georgia Tech. And in fact, the Jackets are at Clemson to close down a 2-game road swing. They'll be coming up next. The Tigers and Jackets at Little John Coliseum tonight in Tigertown.
You think Josh Pastner let Bob Rathman come up on the team bus? Save him a drive?
Well, no.
Probably not.
No, don't think so. Boy, what a performance by Warren. 11 of 15 from the floor, Mike. 5 of 9 from behind the line for his 30 and 10 rebounds. Popovich long 2. And they crash the glass. Williams the rebound. And a foul called underneath. Pat Driscoll, I think, on the whistle. Stephon Mitchell, his 5th. Well, Mitchell going to foul out tonight, but play with a ton of guts, given that he's nowhere near 100%.
Yeah, I thought he was a very big part of that defense, especially playing in the middle of that 3-quarter to half-quarter trap. And he's going to go immediately. It looks like he wasn't headed toward the locker room.
Malik Williams, sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana, in the starting lineup for the 3rd straight game tonight. 8 points. And missed the second. Whoa, what a scoop by Bowman. And here is Wara on the outlet for the night. It's going to finish somewhere around 10, Mike. But it was a lot closer than that, wasn't it?
Yeah, there were some anxious moments in this building, and especially on the bench for Louisville with Chris Mack, that, you know, he saw a big lead evaporate right before his eyes with that 16-0 run.
$80-70 is going to be the final. Louisville goes to 12-5 and 3-1. Dwayne Sutton ends up posting his third straight double-double, but Jordan Nwora is the star of the night. A career-high 32 tonight for the Cards, who hand BC their fifth straight loss. And the exclamation point on a career night for Nwora comes in the form of a fast break dunk. 12 of 16 from the floor, 10 rebounds, and 32 points tonight for sophomore forward Jordan Nwora. And Louisville now 10-1 at home and 2-0 at home in the ACC. Boy, what a performance by the Cards, who break open a close game and end up winning tonight by a score of 80-70. Well, let's join Mike Jaminski with Jordan Nwora.
Thank you very much, Jordan. 32 points, 10 rebounds, incredible night. What got you going in this game?
You know, my teammates just did a great job of finding me. They knew I had a hot hand. Me and Wayne hit a few big shots, and they just kept finding me. You know, I was able to convert on a lot of them.
I want to go back to, you guys had a great win against North Carolina. Not a lot of people go into that building and do that. Any sense, did you talk about a letdown, or how did you handle that win and follow it up with a win tonight?
It's just we got to attack each game with the same mindset. You know, obviously the Pitt loss was disappointing to us. You know, we had to come out and play hard. Coach Mack just keep stressing defense, and that's what we've been trying to do, just really lock in on defense because we know the offense will come.
Yeah, so speaking about, you know, Coach Mack, his first year here, a lot of new things from last year for you. How do you think the team has grown since the season started?
It's grown immensely. You know, everybody is picking up on everything that, you know, they're preaching to us. You know, we've really come a long way picking up, you know, pack line defense, you know, the new offense we're running. You know, 4 out last year, we had 2 big guys in. We just come a long way.
And mindset going forward, who do you look forward to, and how do you think this team is going to progress?
You know, we're going to play hard each game and you know, keep doing our best to, you know, achieve our goal, making it to the tournament. You know, just finish strong in ACC play, and, you know, hopefully we'll reach our goal.
Well, congratulations, a career high for you tonight. Awesome game. Thank you.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. 32 points tonight for Jordan Nwora.